car because yours wasn't a fully opt-out car. It was just
no.
It was just a
little sprinkle.
It was a black roof package car.
Yes.
Right? That was it.
Yep.
Other than that, it was all base model, right?
Yes.
So I mean, I guess if you could.
Can't really compare both.
Not really. I mean, because to compare my car to that one in particular, it's kind of hard just because the simple fact of, I mean, this car's got Magna Ride. I mean, even with the Magna Ride as you feel right now, I mean, it rides just butter smooth.
Yeah.
And don't do it, squirrel. Oh, you little shit! See, Magna Ride works great. Oh my God, dude, almost ended his life. That's a big ass bird.
Yeah, oven and chip piece right there.
Okay, so there's your blooper for that intro. Damn squirrel. Anyway, so like we were saying, you're gonna have fun chopping this video up, ain't you? So yeah, to compare this car to like an S650 chassis, I mean, the S650s did have Magna Ride. They did have what this car's equipped with. In my opinion, I've drove a car equivalent to this one in a 550 to this 650 chassis. Like I said in the introduction video of this car and bringing it to the channel, it's a completely night and day difference. It's yin and yang when it comes to the driving experience. I mean, and not with just all the tech that's in the car and like all the new fancy shit that's in here, and like it's a new chassis also. It's just you gotta let the new wear off. That's not, and in my opinion, no. The way I look at it is this car's got like I said, a complete different driving experience, which to me is a big deal because I enjoy something that feels new, not just because it's a new car, it feels new. I love that crossfire, dude, that switchfire. Love it.
It does feel a little bit nicer.
It's more smooth
than mine.
Well, see, and now that's the thing, that when I was watching Palm Beach Dyno go through their tune segments or their PCM segments of finally getting into Ford's programming, that actually in the PCMs right now, they just can't, they're trying to figure out how to send a file and it stay as a tune essentially. So, and that's what they're even talking about at Palm Beach, that the transmission tuning is what's bar none different than the 550 to the 650. The 650's got more smoother converter, like transmission shifting is smoother. The converter slips a lot more, I guess you would call it more comfortable, I guess is a good word for it. Not as abrupt and harsh feeling like you're in a freaking sports car, which I personally do like that better about the 550. The trans tuning, I like a transmission to feel like it's hitting the gear. More so along the lines of like, I like to feel affirmative shifts. I like to feel that thing hit a gear. Now, like per se, in the car's in normal mode, yes, let it slide, let it smooth, let it be shift, and let it shift to smooth. But Ford did that with this car. It's the 550's harsh every damn gear, no matter what mode you put it in. A sport mode, it's even worse. It shifts even harder. This car, the only time it's going to shift really, really, really hard is when it's in like drag mode, track mode. It actually changes the tuning in the trans shifting. So I guess tangenting off and circling back to your question, and not just because I'm obviously a biased opinion here, I'm going to take the 650. I mean, it's a better car in my opinion all the way around.
Refined.
It's definitely refined. It's definitely faster, smoother in my opinion, more nimble, more agile. Definitely stops and will put your eyeballs on the dashboard. Hence the reason why I make that joke to you that you hate so much. Sorry, GT3 RS. That must suck. By the way,
a little bit.
This is just a GT Mustang, by the way. Wait till the GTD gets out. Porsche is gonna be like, boom! But
yeah, they gotta take some money out of the bank account and just slap on any and all technology that they can get their hands on.
You see, and that's a prime example right there. Ford's put the 550 chassis on notice. They put it on notice with the 650. They put the Mustang in general, everybody on notice with this car, because I mean, out the box, guy, this thing is, it's a badass car. It is a badass car. Now, is it Hellcat fast? No. Is it GT500 fast. No. Guy, you're comparing a Swiss Army knife to an AR-15. It's a supercharged 6.2 liter big ass V8 versus a 5.0 in a GT Mustang. Like you can't compare those two. No. Even though there are guys out there that are going to compare the two.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna be like, well, your Mustang can't outrun my Hellcat. Yeah, and I can't outrun Michael Phelps in a pool. I mean, what do you expect me to do? Beat him? No, probably not. But yeah, again, tangenting back, circling back to it, 100% will take the 650 all day long. The driving experience, awesome. It's amazing. The car runs smooth, perfect, buttery. You literally get what you pay for. 100%. 100%. I would honestly say anything that was in a platform. Anything that was in a platform, same weight class. I mean, because if we're going to compare apples to oranges here, everybody can do that shit all day long.
Yeah.
Like I said, it circles back to the question or the statement of, oh, I got a Hellcat that'll outrun your GT Mustang. Fantastic. I bet it will. The only thing you can compare that Dodge to is literally what's sitting right there, my buddy's Scat Pack. Like, that's the only thing you could compare a GT Mustang to, is that car right there. But other than that, no, you just can't.
When are you gonna do the X pipe on this?
When am I gonna do the X pipe?
Yeah.
It's already on it.
Oh, it's already on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like that switch fire.
Yeah.
That's the switch fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that an easy install?
It wasn't too bad. I wish we'd have made a video on it, but I mean, it's not really like anybody can go look at a switch fire install on one of these cars. It's not that hard. You just cut the mid pipe out, measure some shit, stick it on. But it definitely made a difference. I feel a difference in a little bit of power. Definitely sounds so damn good. I mean, the stock exhaust, the stock suitcase that comes with it does still sound good, but this you can tell with that switch fire technology, whatever Borla designed with that thing, you can definitely tell and you can hear the tonality out of the 5 liter. It's not that raspy crap that I hate so much. Like, that's why I put a 4-inch exhaust on my F-150 and a big ass diesel muffler on it, because I cannot loathingly hate the sound of a 5.0 that's rasped out. I hate that sound.
Yeah.
So the worst part about a 5.0 is the the raspy ass small cylinder cubic inch 5 liter just raspy rat motor. I can't stand that crap, but this helps a lot with that. Okay. A lot. But yeah, I mean, I've just now hit 306 miles. I've literally got 0 complaints. I've got literally no bitches about this car at all. Everything about this car is what I paid for. I mean, I can't complain about it. I can't say that, oh, well, you know, it's like everybody said, like I said in the intro video, or the introduction video, oh, it's just an overpriced S650. I mean, and I sat back and actually thought about that statement. This car spec'd out the way it is right now, the Magna Ride, the exhaust, all the shit that's on this car. Everything optioned on this car. If you were to go spec out a 23 in the same exact spec, the damn S550 would be a $60,000 car. $60,000 car. So I don't understand why. I mean, I guess if it's haters or whatever it may be, or people that don't want to go actually fact check the fact that their car also cost $60,000 too. Guy, it's the same price. I mean, this car is pretty much every single option you can get besides Recaros. I didn't want Recaros because you couldn't get the Carmine red interior in Recaro, so I opted out of the Recaros. And you could also get Recaros in the S550 days too. So it is the same price. It's the same statistic here that everybody wants to bitch and harp on. Oh, it's just overpriced. It's the same damn car. They're slower. No, these cars are faster. They're essentially the same price. They're a scotch more, I guess if you could call it, for the economy we're in these days. The extra $2 to $3 grand you're going to pay more for a brand new body style, brand new car. It makes sense to me.
So for kind of when people do car reviews on these brand new cars, I know they kind of either have it balls to the wall, the highest spec, or the base model, and they can't get a good comprehension of like what what's the average person going to spend? Since I would say this is more like an average car that they could spend, minus a couple things, you know, because this is what, a $60,000 car.
This one's sticking for 64.
Okay, I would say, you know, between an average person could want to buy between 50 to 60,000 if they're wanting to have this as a good dedicated car. Do you think if a person that we're reviewing, do you think that if they go into this one, it would be more consistently positive, since you do have all the nice bells and whistles, but you don't have the dark horse?
I mean, in layman's terms, your question is, would you rather go between this model, a base, and to pick between the realm of what Ford starts at to this model, or dark horse?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mean, as everybody knows, especially you, I work at the Ford dealer, so I've drove a base model, I've drove a non-performance pack GT, I've drove a non-magnet ride car, I've drove a dark horse, I've drove the standards, I've owned the MT82 for a reason, or the I own the 10R80 for a reason. In my opinion, only reason why, because this is not like me at all. This is not my style whatsoever to ever do. I always go for the base models, the small trim, the low trim possible, you know, the affordable car.
Yeah. Average person.
I'm having my midlife crisis. Leave me alone. When I bought this car, if it was an option, I wanted it. I've never been able to fully opt out a car.
Yeah, to your liking.
And yeah, to my liking, to literally custom order a car. And that's exactly what this car is. It's a custom ordered car. So to answer your question, it's kind of hard for me to answer it, just because the simple fact of I didn't do that with this car, because it was my first ever custom order car. So I went carte blanche crazy with it. I went and bought, I added every option I thought was feasible for me to afford to buy to spec the car out to my liking. Now, old me would have bought, you know, a car, just my mom's car.
Base
exactly.
model.
It would have been a base model with active exhaust. It would have been a 10-speed automatic, and that's it. It wouldn't have had the big Brimbos. It wouldn't have had the technology package. It would have just been a base car that was light, because I knew I was going to go racing with it. I wanted the lightest weight car possible. And like, I've had a couple guys ask me, give me some shit. They're like, so you're going to have a car that's going to be all teched out. It's going to be heavy. You're going to wish you never did that. You get the big brakes. It's going to be hard to run drag packs on it. And I simply tell them, like, I didn't buy this car to go do that. That's what I've got my 3-valve for. That's what I've got my Camaro for. If I wanted to go fast and I wanted to literally go drag racing, I'll go grab one of those two cars and go have fun at the drag strip. This car, I want a 305 front tire on it. I want a 325 tire in the back. I want this car to take a turn and put your kidneys in the trunk. I mean, I want this thing to be a road car. I bought this car to be a road car, and that's why it's spec'd out the way it is. If it wasn't for that little thought process I had in my head to make this more of like a road-based car, I miss my street car days. I miss having a street car that I could get in, go anywhere literally I wanted to, and not have any issues. And that's why I bought this car. I bought this and spec'd it out for that. So again, to circle back, tangenting off your question, old me would have spec'd it out to the $40,000 range for a base model with, you know, the exhaust system only. Old me or new me wouldn't have bought a dark horse. I've been in a dark, like I said, I've been in the dark horse, drove them. I'm personally not impressed. It's just an over glorified GT. Now, all the haters that talk shit about the GT Mustang, they need to push more of that hatred and the hate toward the dark horse. That is legitimately the dud pony. That is a $75,000 overpriced Mustang GT. And to my opinion, I'm a Ford guy and a Chevy guy, but I would never, ever buy a car that costs that much money when I could just step down one more degree and get this car.
Okay.
Period.
Are you trying to achieve the kind of like the 5.2 Shelby GT350 stance of it's a drivable, extremely good drivable car that can go to course, it can go to, you know, the, what is it called? The Dragon
Drive?
Yes, yeah.
Yes and no, because to compare this car to a GT350, it would be kind of out of its realm. That's like comparing an EcoBoost Mustang versus a GT.
So it's that big of a...
Yeah, you can't really compare the two. I mean, it's a 5.2 Voodoo with a TR60 or a 3650 trans, or 3160 trans, manual, high RPM screamer, a track-orientated car, comes with big 305s from the factory in the front and the rear. It's a track-based car. This is not. Now, to compare a car to the 350 would be the dark horse, and it's already been proven. If y'all guys don't know them, go check them out. Throttle House. Those guys actually do some really good car reviews on these things. Even they've been surprised themselves about how well the GT is. They've even got it to the point to where they've shown the dark horse is already trumping the GT350. It's killing it in the track. It's absolutely murdering it. And it's not by a couple thousandths of a second. It's by like, I think 3 seconds. That's crazy. On the lap time. So to compare this car to a GT350 is just kind of impossible. Yeah. You'd have to use the dark horse to do that. Now, to circle back to your question again, am I trying to push that car to that realm? Yes. Is it going to take aftermarket equipment? Yes. Is that not stock haired? No, but I don't give a damn about that. That's what the aftermarket world's for. Yeah. You make your GT into a dark horse, and it literally would take a set of wheels and tires and maybe some springs, and this car will do exactly what a dark horse will do. It's the same damn
saving
car.
$15,000 to $20,000.
Shit, more than that. I mean, the average person that if I was an average person ordering this car, and I say average person because I work at a dealer, I get discounts on cars. That's what I say by average. If I was an average person coming in and buying this car, spec'd it out, $64,000 car, I'm walking off the lot for about $70,000-ish, $71,000 car. This is what this car costs. Now you go get a dark horse, base model starts at $70,000. Walking off the lot with that car, you would be up in the 80s walking off the lot. I mean, I'm seeing dark horses leave the lot for $90,000 for this damn car with stickers on it. Those people need to literally go in a 4-wall padded room called a nut hut. They're absolutely insane for doing that and paying for that price for the car. It's stupid. It's absolutely dumb. And that's where I can jump on people's thoughts with, oh, these things are just overpriced. That's where that's where that comes into play. Okay. 100%. But that's the driving experience, man. Okay.
It's nice. It's a lot nicer than mine.
Hey, we're working on that.
Yeah,
man. We're working. I told you what I would do if certain things happened. Yes. And we're still going to go there.
That's all.
See y'all guys in the next one. Peace.